we did our record prediction, and I said it's crazy. It's a crazy thing that they actually could go 15-2 again. Now, the reason I said that they could go 15-2 again, and I know some people think I'm crazy, is because the only teams that I firmly 100% believe we cannot beat is two teams that are constructed the same way. Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. That two-headed monster is going to be a very big problem for us. Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley. That two-headed monster is going to be a very big problem for us. Now, the Eagles, the way that we can beat the Eagles is we have to force Jalen Hurts to beat us with his arm, which I don't believe he can. Lamar Jackson can beat us with his arm or his legs, both of those things. So he is truly a dual threat. If we stifle Saquon Barkley, which we can, okay, I know he wasn't running behind the Eagles, defensive or offensive line when we played him previously when he was with the Giants, but he was averaging like 2.5 yards a carry versus us. Now he's got a better offensive line in front of him. But we've been very good against the run. Okay. If we do have Marcus Davenport in that game, we will again be very good against the run. So if Marcus Davenport is healthy and he plays the entire game, that's a very winnable game. The roster as currently constructed is a roster that can go out there and win 15 games again. Now, it's probably not likely that you're going to win 15 wins. You're not going to win 15 games in back-to-back seasons because nobody does that, right? But this roster is talented enough to be able to do that again. Where we are not talented enough to do that again is when Marcus Davenport is not available. And when Marcus Davenport is not available, there is a huge drop-off to Josh Pascal and Levi Onwuzurike. Huge drop-off. So if you're going into the season and you're saying, Marcus Davenport, we're just going to use you on third downs. You can pin your ears back and get to the passer. We're not going to be using any of your run stopping ability. We're not going to be using any of that because you're not going to play all three downs. We're going to put you in pass rush situations. If you're going to do that, you have to have someone else. You cannot go into this season with Levi Onwuzurike being your starting defensive end opposite Hutch. You cannot go into this season with Josh Pascal being your starting defensive end opposite Hutch. It's just not going to work. Rodrigo was a 6th rounder. You are absolutely correct. And I didn't have any expectations for Rodrigo. Rodrigo went in there and training camp and he was, we saw him on Hard Knocks and he came out and did what he did. The way that I view, if you are drafted in the 5th, 6th, 7th round, the way that I view it is this: anything that you give us is a bonus. Because if you're drafted in the 5th, 6th, 7th round, just like James Houston was drafted in the 6th round, and then he went out and gave us 8 sacks in 7 games. Then I had expectations for him because I saw him do it. Until I see a 5th, 6th, 7th rounder do it at the level of the NFL, I have no expectations for him. I don't even expect him to make the team. Dominic Lovett, I gotta love it. I love him. Don't expect him to make the team. I love his film. I love his tape, but he's a 7th round wide receiver. Don't expect anything. If he makes the team and then he's on special teams and he can be a returner and he returns some for touchdowns and he breaks off some 50, 60, 70 yard returns, 100%. All of that is a bonus to me. Do I expect him to do anything with it from the beginning? No. Right? I don't expect anybody to make the team that was drafted after the 4th round. I just don't. What up, though, Taylor Made? With Levi, at least they won't run on us. Bro, Philly gonna run on us with Levi. Baltimore is gonna run on us with Levi. Yeah, but Rodrigo came in and won the job. Nobody's expecting that. Facts. We got some big games early too. Yes, early. early. Like Baltimore is early. The Chiefs is early. The Chiefs is in week 6. Baltimore is in week 3. That's early. We start in the division. We've got 2 division games in the first 2 weeks. We got Green Bay, and then we got Chicago, and then we got Baltimore. We start on the road in Green Bay. We go home versus Chicago. We go back on the road versus Baltimore. We go back on the road versus Kansas City. We need somebody to be there in the beginning of the season. We can't mess around. What up, though, Lions fans? It's your boy, Motor City Don P here. Listen, if you want to continue keeping your Lions news pragmatic, if you want to keep getting the stats and not none of that static, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share and let everybody know what's going on around here. And turn on your notifications, because how else would you know that we're up in here keeping your Lions news pragmatic? Appreciate you once again, and we are out. Peace.